Hey, collective. Happy Tuesday. It's actually the day after Memorial break. I thought I'd hop on and do a little reading. It's going to be something simple, nice and short, nothing major. I'm going to do a 3-card spread. Like always, y'all know I like to keep things simple based off your current, past, your present, and your future. Some incense spilled right there. I'm gonna have to clean that up. But the other day I had a dream, and the dream ended pretty weird, but it wasn't. It started off really good. It was, I'm an individual who likes to meet people. I like to, travel and get to know new folks and stuff. And my dream was about that, but in the dream, I can't really remember why I was seeking help or whatever, but I had met a person, and this individual had told me that they would lead me back to where I may have lost whatever I lost. I don't know. I can't remember it very clearly, but the part that I do remember is that um, everything was fine. And then some trickery happened where said person put me in a position or put me in a place where I was isolated from everyone, everything. And at that point, he tried to take advantage of me. So when that happened, I just kind of woke up out of my sleep. And, it bothered me. So I just thought I'd take this time and do a reading, get on a table, do a reading about relationships, right? And how relationships end. Sometimes people getting the short end of the stick, people taking advantage of the other person. Let's just try to gain some clarity there, right? So I'm going to do a 3-card spread based off current, past, present, and future. So we ask that our spirit guides come off into the room. We ask that you guide this reading. Continue to protect us and lead us as only you can do from any harm, hate, hurt, or danger. We rebuke any negative thoughts as we conduct this reading. And we just ask for your guidance and your kind words. I'm going to go ahead and clear the table. I'm going to get started. Let's split the deck. And we have the Temperance for balance, and we have celebration and joy and harmony. The 4 of Wands. That's pretty good. It is pretty good. So we need 3 cards. There's 2. And 1 more. The 9 of Swords is showing now that we've flipped over that portion of the deck. Someone is in, having some anxiety, like going through a lot, thinking through a lot. Like someone is truly going through it in this moment, whatever that looked like. But remember, balance was also at the bottom of the deck. So We'll see what's going on. The first card that came out was the Lovers. Oops, let me cover that up. The first cards were the Lovers. This is based off of your current past, right? Two people, love, harmony, relationships, unions, partnerships. Could be a relationship or a partnership, either of the two, man, woman, so on and so forth. The second card that came up was the Five of Cups. And you can notice that the individual is in black and they're in despair. Three of the cups are pushed over and there's only two cups remaining. So someone is regretting something. There's some failure, maybe failure in the relationship. But there's definitely grief there. And then in the future, we have the World card. So there's a full completion. Some cycle has ended, right? Someone has either walked away from a relationship and now seeking balance, or there was initial balance at the beginning of the relationship, and then as we noticed when we split the deck the second time, someone was having some type of was in their head about something, but seems like things are coming full circle. Some completion there. So I don't know, it's interesting. I want to clarify the Five of Cups and see what's going on there. Better understand what we have to walk away from in the present. What was going on with this relationship, right? What caused it? Death. Something just had to end. Something ended. You know what I mean? And then at the bottom of that deck is the Hangman. So someone made a decision that the relationship wasn't something that they wanted anymore, right? They just ended the relationship, decided that they wanted to walk away, and now they're in the Hangman. And it's funny how that happens, right? I mean, it's just becoming a time where people act like they don't know how to communicate no more. They just want to end things and just leave people trying to better understand, well, why did that happen? Why did this person decide to walk out my life? It makes no sense to me. But I always say that if someone decides that they're gonna move around on you, baby, let them move around. Matter of fact, open the motherfucking door for them and let them go. You don't have to think twice about it. Is it gonna hurt you in the long run? Absolutely. Because if you've been with the individual for quite some time, and you've grown a bond with each other, because what it looks like at the beginning of this relationship, there was some balance. And then there was some balance in the relationship. Then someone got off into their own head. Nobody truly understands or knows why but that person. And then motherfucker just decided to walk away from everything you guys had. Just decided to end the relationship abruptly, leaving you confused in the Hangman status. But at the end of the day, it's a sign of completion, honey. That whole timeline is over. It's time for you to get up and gird yourself and keep it pushing. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but we're going to see what the angels have to say about it. See what wisdoms we can gain from them to see that now that we're in our future, now that doors have closed, now that a cycle has ended, what advice they can give us as we move forward. We're just looking for one card. Endurance. Endurance says, I embrace patience and trust in the process. Patience is a virtue that allows us to persevere. By trusting the journey, we cultivate endurance and we, we, we cultivate endurance and resilience. The angels remind you that in order to succeed, you must learn how to control your impatience and wait until the right outcome you deserve comes along. So yeah, that's perfect. Like, ultimately I believe this is saying don't rush into anything. Take your time. Like, a lot of times people y'all remember the old saying, to get over one man is to get up under the next. We don't want to do that. We want to just take time and invest off into ourselves, right? How can I say it? You want to eventually become a whole person again, and by going from pillar to post, you're never going to get there, because you're just going to take the frustration and the confusion that occurred, that put you in a hangman status out of this relationship into the next one. You're not going to be good for nobody. So if you take time to yourself, um, pour into yourself, stop making a man the center of your universe, any man, and pour into yourself, i.e. if you want to go out, take yourself out, i.e. if you want to go on a trip, go on a trip. Hell, if you want to buy yourself a bouquet of flowers every month to celebrate you, that's what you need to do. But you need to stop, be patient, trust in you, trust in the process of healing, and endure, and everything is going to work out, right? So let's check out see what the angels' numbers have to say. See what our angel number is today. I just need one. Just one. Come on now. There you go. 6666 circumstances. Positive circumstances, opportunities, and solutions. What did I tell you? Maintain a positive mindset regardless of the circumstance. See challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Focus on the good aspects and find solutions to overcome the difficulties. Exactly my point. You know what I'm saying? How things ended may not have seemed positive and may have left you in some confusion, but I don't care what anyone says, there had to be some type of level of positivity, regardless how things ended in the relationship. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. So this individual walking away may definitely may definitely override much of the good. But there may be a piece of something off in there that was positive. You know what you can't control or answer to why the person walked away. Remember that. You ain't got no control over that motherfucker. Right? None at all. But for you to have been in a relationship as long as you were, whatever timeline they look like, there had to have been some good. So even if the worst thing happened, positive, focus on the good. The purpose of you being in that relationship was to teach you a lesson. It wasn't meant for this person to continue on this journey with you. Whatever lessons you learned in that relationship, bad or good, you take it with you, right? Whatever those circumstances was. This is says focus on the good of it. Focus on what you may have learned and keep it pushing. Keep it pushing, honey. Don't let, I remember a guy telling me one time that, how did he put it? He said something like he didn't want to be the cause of my, oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking out my back window and traffic has completely stopped because there's some kids trying to ride their bikes across the street. And I'm just hoping no one gets hit. But he gonna tell me, he say, but I don't want to be the reason why you can't move forward. And I say, honey, you can never be the reason for what direction my life go in, because you can't stop my life. You don't have that much power nor dominion over me. You can't give no one that much power in your life. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why anyone should. And I'm saying this to say that when this door was closed, right, and it placed you in the hangman to sit in the hangman position, and you started thinking about, what am I going to do next? You have one or two, you only have two opportunities. You only have two options of what to do. You can sit here and let your life go by hoping and praying that this person comes back off into your life, which means they do have dominion over you. Or you can pick up your pieces and move forward. And that's what we would hope you would do. Don't let anyone stalemate your life. There is not a two of swords anywhere on this table. Don't let anyone stop you from progressing in life, no matter what the circumstances may be. You move forward. You pick up your pieces and you move forward. Let's see what Repair Revolution has to say, y'all, to close out this reading. Better boundaries and communication. Creating boundaries requires self-love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out of your out or being unkind. It's about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. Clear communication is needed to keep your boundaries intact. So I believe that was shared because if you choose to look or get into a new relationship, after all that has happened, after you've been in the hangman status, taking time for yourself, evaluated the circumstances, learned from what was good over that past relationship, and I'll say learn from what was bad too, because those bad things should have taught you what you are willing to or what you are not willing to accept, right? Trust the process, but be honest about what it is you're gonna deal with, right? This is when you do shadow work on yourself and you take time to look in the mirror and say, Jules, baby, as much as I may want to be in a relationship, this is what I'm willing to accept and what I am not willing to accept. And if I am not willing to, if a person is not willing to give me what I feel like that I need, I know for damn sure I can make myself happy, right? There's something very special in knowing that you're a whole individual, right? There's something powerful in knowing that you may want a relationship, but you don't need a relationship, right? So my encouragement to you is take this time for yourself, right? Rebuild yourself while you're in this hangman status, while you're thinking through everything that has happened. You may not be able to answer the questions of why this person decided to move around out your life. But what you can figure out is what you're willing to accept and what you're willing not to accept. What you will also figure out is, or what you should also want to figure out, is how to be the better person for the next person. Nobody wants anyone to bring any negativity from an old relationship into a new. So you want to be the best person that you can be when you enter into whatever the divine has for you, honey. You want to walk off into that situation as if you are the sun, S-U-N, the light in the motherfucking truth. Believe in yourself that much, honey. Love yourself that much where you're comfortable with setting boundaries. And knowing that if a person is not willing to accept it, you have the ability and you have the choice to move that motherfucker around. Ashe.